Alright, so we're getting into the second chapter for this month, and after finding out Hades was entering himself into the tournament, we're now seeing who else is gonna step in for round 7. But we're also getting a lot of lore here, even some backstory on another new character. It's insane how much these two chapters got to cover despite, being so short. But yeah, let's just get into it, guys. We got a lot to talk about here. So we're catching up with Brunhild and Gold. They're on their way to figure out how they can take the lead now that the score's 3-3, and when they enter into their room, we suddenly see another Brunhild, and it turns out this is actually Nostradamus. So just like Loki, who's able to shapeshift, it looks like Nostradamus is also able to do this. So I'm curious as to where this is all going, because it really begs the question now, just how is Nostradamus able to do this, right? I mean, unless he's equipped with his Voland, I don't see how it's possible he'd be able to do this without it, because it's not like we've seen anything supernatural or paranormal or anything like magic being done by any of the human fighters so far, right? Because as far as any powers go for the humans, it's usually all based on physical ability, whether it be how strong they are like Lubu and Raiden, or able to react like Adam or Kojiro. So I'm interested to see what the reason is here, because we find out, according to Brunhild, not only is Nostradamus also insanely strong, but he's so powerful that he'd be able to leave the underworld all on his own, meaning he can do this without a Valkyrie. And we find out that the reason he was sent there was actually for destroying the Bifrost, the gate connecting Valhalla and Helheim. And I imagine this was done back when he was alive, right? So first of all, does this mean that it's possible for humans to just leave Midgard and go to Valhalla or Helheim whenever they want? Because when Brunhild is describing the Bifrost, she says the only ones who can pass through it are those who belong to the chief gods, such as Hades, Zeus, Odin, and Shiva. And yet somehow Nostradamus was able to bypass this huge rule, implying he was able to leave Midgard. So again, it really makes me wonder what natural abilities he has to have to be able to do this, because even if it takes an insane amount of strength to physically destroy the gate, I think the action of leaving Midgard is where I'm curious. Maybe this could also explain why he's able to shapeshift if he hasn't paired with the Valkyrie just yet. And I know I mentioned a couple times already in my previous videos that I think Okita versus Loki is one of the more accurate matchups I can see happening, but I think Nostradamus versus Loki could also be pretty creative given their similar ability. So after his backstory and introduction, Brunhild gets a notification on her phone saying that Hades is fighting in the next round, and Gold starts to panic here, but Brunhild doesn't even worry this time. Like, she has full confidence that her next pick is going to be able to match him, calling it a ruler for a ruler. The only one who can compete against the ruler of Helheim is this man, the ruler where it all began. And this is one of my favorite entrances we've seen so far for a human. We see someone just literally going through walls here, apparently looking for his waiting room, right? Until he sees the VIP section, assuming that's where he's supposed to wait. And then we see who's in the VIP section. This is where we've been seeing the Greek gods spectate the fights from, and we see Ares and Hermes. Zeus and Hades aren't there for some reason, and Ares is just taking a breather here after almost volunteering himself into round 7, and Hermes just says to him, "Ah yes, surely you don't mean you were actually thinking of participating? That was a close call." And this is just so funny. Ares can never catch a break, because clearly that's what Hermes was waiting for back in chapter 54, but again, thankfully Hades was able to save him from making that choice. And we're seeing the arena get a change in style. There's like these 4 pillars with skulls all around them. The skies are also pitch black, like when we saw Hajin for the first time. But out of nowhere, we see the character we saw from earlier who went into the VIP section walk across Ares and Hermes. And I have to point out, we see him do this just when Ares starts to laugh, saying it's pretty much a losing battle for humanity. Like, there's no way Hades loses this. So I don't know, I think if Hades does lose, it's like Ares was the one to jinx it. So this mystery character takes his seat, sitting specifically in Hades' chair, saying this is a splendid seat. And right when Ares decides to escort him out after realizing he's a human, we see Ares just get flipped in midair as he went to grab his hand. And it seems like it's these claw-like jewelry things he has on his hands that was able to make him flip Ares over so easily. And after this, he points to Hermes, saying, "Humble yourselves. It matters not what place this is. You're in the presence of an emperor. The throne is where I am." And we're seeing him now officially make his entrance, QIN SHI HUANG. So I can't wait for this fight, guys. I think out of all the human fighters, I wanted to see Qin the most since I ever started reading this manga. So I think it should go without saying, I'm hoping he ends up taking the win here, especially now that we're already getting into round 7. I think it'd be fine seeing humanity go 4-3. Also, it's interesting seeing everyone's reaction, because from what I can see, it looks like Hades is getting the fan favorite treatment this time. So let me know in the comments who you want to see win here. Alright guys, and that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more Record of Ragnarok content. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments how you're all feeling about this month's chapters. It was a crazy drop this time for sure. Again, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great day.